The Star Wars franchise is very expansive, not just with Episode 9 and the 2 new Star Wars trilogies, but also 2 live-action TV series and the Clone Wars Season 7. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one project that a lot of fans, including myself, are really looking forward to is, of course, the 4th Star Wars trilogy, also known as the new Star Wars trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Now, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm have big plans for this project, and they are treating it as their priority, not just over Rian Johnson's trilogy, but also over all other Star Wars projects in the works. So the new Star Wars trilogy is very important to Disney and Lucasfilm, and one of the biggest obstacles is, of course, trying to create a new series of Star Wars films that are really going to match up to the originals and the prequels and even the sequels at that, where it's all based on the Skywalker bloodline, whereas this new trilogy will be parting ways from the Skywalker bloodline. So you guys may have actually remembered and recalled this, that a couple of weeks ago we actually learned that production for the new Star Wars trilogy would actually begin as early as March of 2019 next year, which begins tomorrow, 2019. So, with that being said, what's really interesting and something that is leaving some people out there pretty concerned about this project is that there is going to be a delay for the production of this new 4th trilogy for the Star Wars franchise. And a lot of people are wondering how significant of a delay it really will be, if it's going to be a minor or a big delay for the new Star Wars trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones. Now, if you guys had to ask for my opinion, I don't think it's going to be a huge delay. I don't think it'll be that long, like 3 months or 4 months or anything. It may be like a 2-month delay instead of March where they begin writing. It may be May where they actually begin writing this thing, leading into the summer, and then by the time of fall 2019 arrives, they'll be all done with the script of this new trilogy and have it all figured out. So those are the big obstacles right now. I don't know if you guys knew this, but they plan on actually writing the entire trilogy from the very start, so this way things are all figured out. And part of this delay has all to do with making sure that they are going to have this new trilogy as a very quality Star Wars trilogy where they know that they can get things right from the get-go. So if you look at the sequel trilogy, that was one of the big problems, is that it was very inconsistent. There were a lot of firings of directors and writers, different changes of plans, different scripts here and there. Each director and or writer was able to do their own thing with Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and even 9. So that's one reason as to why I believe, both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi feel like 2 separate films and not actually, connected to each other as part of an actual trilogy, at least in my point of view. So if they're taking more time to write this thing and really figure everything out and work out the kinks here within the script, and if it does mean whether or not it's going to be a significant or a minor delay, I'm all for it. As long as this new trilogy is going to be very, full of quality and just have a lot of epic moments in it, and it will be centered on Jedi and Sith stuff, which I believe it's going to have to do with the Old Republic. Even though the Old Republic is not currently canon, they may very well recanonize the Old Republic in the Star Wars franchise falling under Disney. Now, that leads me to another concern. If this is indeed going to be an Old Republic trilogy, is this something to worry about when it comes to Disney? Because as you all know, they love to cherry pick from the EU and Legends material and kind of fine-tune it to their own needs, right, for the overall story. So if we look at the Old Republic, it's an amazing era of the Star Wars franchise. In case you guys are not informed about it all, I heavily do suggest that you guys go ahead and read up on some of the books or even play some of the video games that are out there. It's just an amazing era of Star Wars that hasn't really been explored at all on film. And if they are to bring back the Old Republic, I just hope that they stay true to that era of the franchise and not just kind of like come up with their own version of it. Like I say, as of right now, it's Legends material. It's not canon. So Disney could always do whatever they want to do with the Old Republic if they bring it back. And heck, they could bring back the Old Republic and actually not call it the Old Republic if they want to do something like that. So with that being said, guys, we do know that this 4th trilogy is also going to have a lot of Legends characters coming into play here, and EU characters as well, so that's another thing to look forward to. I think the guys from Game of Thrones, they're really going to create something great, and they're just taking their time on this. It could also have something to do with Game of Thrones Season 8, I believe is the final season. It could have it could also have something to do with that's causing this delay in the writing of the script, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.